Hello and welcome to the NECC quarterfinals match between Center College White and State University
New York.
of New York. I practiced so hard. State University of New York, Potsdam, as we head into beautiful, beautiful Nepal for our first match of this best of 5 series. And we see an interesting comp coming out from Potsdam over here as we see the classic Center White pizza party right before the game. They do this every time. They get in a circle and they just show off their pizza. Makes sense. We see a regular brawl comp coming out from Center White. We do see Doodoo Boodoo on the Sombra, which I have been seeing him play a lot this semester, and I'm excited to see. But this Winston comp from Potsdam is really interesting. It feels like we have Winston, but 2 hit scans, a Brig, and an Ana. This is going to be an interesting fight. They have the long range, and they have the dive from the Winston, but the pressure from Center onto this Winston should be absolutely massive. they just focus him and fight, I think that they can get the advantage if they kind of brawl it out at the front. And Winston goes down immediately, just like I said, as they push him into the door, but the Sojourn gets split off. She's running away. Doodoo Boodoo running after him, throwing a virus into the wall, but killing him off with the SMG as the point goes to center with Doodoo Boodoo forward, looking for any additional picks or attacks as they swap onto Zarya. Still, the DPS lineup doesn't seem great for Potsdam over here. There's just a disconnect. As we see Nade coming out and Susie for 2, but Doodoo Boodoo gets a skill from the spawn onto Susie. And they're forced back even longer as Big Soup's pushing into the room, showing the dominance of his tank play this season as another nade comes out, but Center's not threatened. They don't even have to use Suzu as Doodoo Boodoo gets another pick in the backline on their DPS. He is just going insane in the backline, bullying them as the rest of Center just stands up in front, stopping their progress. And Potsdam just has no ability to get through this, it seems. There comes the coalescence from Rat King as they push out of the room. 1 HP Zarya going down for Big Soup. Doodoo Boodoo finally getting picked off by Suzu as they're forced over to the spawn, but Suzu's about to die, getting picked off by Big Soup from the long range of a spear. And looking at the ultimates, it's actually getting pretty close, but we already used one coalescence. Building up to a second, we see 4 ultimates coming out for Potsdam, but Gunslinger 76 not quite getting enough power as we see them start moving down to the right, but Gunslinger 76 really moving forward there, forcing a bubble out. Big pull from Big Soup. It's going to be a massive double 2K here as we see Brig whipping out Rally, but it's not enough as Soup goes in with the confidence of a tank player. And that is going to be mopping up, cleaning up Potsdam in this next fight. And we still have 3 ultimates on deck for Center. 3 as well for Potsdam. That Brig ultimate Rally was just not able to get any value with the amount of damage that came out. We see Gunslinger swapping onto the Bastion, but that's actually a little bit better if their comp. Having a bubble with the Bastion is really powerful, and we're going to see how this Graviton Surge plays out with Doodoo Boodoo. Another pick in the backline on the Gunslinger as Chunky Ghost gets slept. EMP comes out. There's the grab. There's OC. So many ults are being pulled out, but nothing happens as overtime clocks over. Suzy gets picked off, and the point goes 100% to 0 for Center. The absolutely dominant showing in this first round of Nepal. And I hope to see this momentum kept up. We can just see the power of Doodoo Boodoo on Sombra in their backline. They can't look away. They can't, if they don't have an eye behind them at all times, they will get hacked, they will get virus, and they will be shot down out of the sky as pizza is once again being brought out. It's really important to have a nutritious and healthy snack before each of your rounds in Overwatch. And as a college student, I know the most important brain food is pizza. And so Center White is really showing that off here as we begin to get into the next match. We see a bit of a mix-up on both sides. Chunky Ghost going onto the Mei instead of Reaper, but keeping this Brawl comp. We see an interesting swap onto Poke with a Lucio from Potsdam here. Now, I'm not quite sure why we have Lucio with Sig here, but they're going to try and fight further as we see Gunslinger 76 on the Torb as well. Maybe trying to get some more backline damage to deal with the Sombra. Hurt is hard to deal with as Sombra. As Doodoo Boodoo is forced back a little bit, and it seems like Center is having a little bit more trouble demanding that space, but a massive wall goes onto the tank with a hack coming shortly after, and that is the fight going to go in Center's favor as Chunky Ghost tries to snipe with the Mei over here. It's Big Soup picking off Gunslinger 76 as Doodoo Boodoo goes back in the back line. I know what's going on in his head. He wants to wait for Gunslinger 76 to respawn. He's gonna hack. He's waiting for, or he might get the Lucio. Here we go. We're all watching it. No hack, and there goes the TP as well, forcing the Suzu and no.
But you didn't make the cut.
That was very unfortunate as we see Battle-Ooze being taken out soon. Stargarden gets taken out by Battle-Ooze actually, and Battle-Ooze getting his health back on the Sigma. The fight may not be going in Cinder's favor as Chunky Ghost gets picked out too, and it seems like a lot of damage going on to both on Cinder here as they're forced off point. And the first time this match cost. Oh, they're going aggressive on Center. This might be a mistake with the coalescence ready. If Center goes aggressive and pushes in now, they may actually be able to make moves. This timepiece gets taken out by Soup. There goes the Coalescence from Rat King, and we see a big Terra Surge ready to come out from Big Soup, hauled off by his own teammate. Unfortunately, Stargarden getting picked off by the visor inside of Kitsune as well, and that's going to probably clean up center as Doodoo engages with the EMP, gets a pick on the Gunslinger, but the rest of his team falls. Big Soup dying last as, is our May going to make it out alive? I think so. If Stargarden in here, if the Casta's Curse, everyone. Casta's Curse. But we do see, looking at the ultimates, we have two. They have two. But they are building up close to a Molten Core soon. We see Doodoo going onto the Reaper instead now. Big frontline damage. Brawl comp heavy from center here. Doodoo is looking to be a little sneaky in the backline once again. You can't break this man from his shenanigans as we pop rush and Gravitic Flux comes out from Battleloo's, but it doesn't look like he's going to get any picks. Blizzard coming out as well. A big wall to Suzu's forced out, but a massive freeze onto two of them. And the turret also gets picked off by Blizzard itself. And that is a massive play from Tronky Ghost as Timepiece is mopped up too, and we see the point going to center's favor. Doodoo instantly swapping back to that Sombra. He wants to make his point here. And looking at the ultimates, it seems slightly in center's favor. We do see, actually no, it's in Potsdam's favor. We have Beat, we almost have Core, and they almost have Visor. Well, we don't really have anything on deck except for maybe a Coalescence building soon. A lot of damage from this wall. Signal's kind of caught out here with a hack as well. As Soup goes forward trying to push. Beats coming out from Potsdam, but they're really out of position. And the Beats already faded now. But we are going to see Visor and Core coming out really soon as Big Soup gets taken out. There's the Visor. That Visor gets taken out. Core not used. Never mind. Molten Core not used as Doodoo takes out that turret as the rest of his team is desperately trying to survive on point. It's just Leaf, Stargarden, and Doodoo Hero versus both supports. Some damage has got to come out here, but it's in center's favor. Every second they stall is better for them. Lucio's about to get taken out. Monkey comes on the point with this swap on Battleloo's. Doodoo almost getting taken out, but we see Terra Surge almost out. Big Terra Surge of Cole coming out too. No picks getting caught, but there is a Monkey in the backline as Molten Core comes out from Gunslinger 76. Rat King gets taken out by the Molten Core as Big Soup gets taken out by it too. A massive, what's the word here? Zoning ult from Gunslinger 76 that Center does not respect, and they just burn in the Molten Lava to death. Luckily, we do have a bunch of ults coming out from Center. They still don't have anything except for maybe a beat soon. I'm hoping for a big EMP with Kitsune coming out soon as Doodoo's looking to get a little tricky here, going around the backside. I'm excited to see what the next play is, because this is about the last fight of this round. There goes the Kitsune with Rat King getting taken out immediately, but there's a massive EMP there. Gunslinger 76 getting taken out immediately on the core. There goes Timepiece as well. There goes French Tuba. Only two left on. There goes Susie jumping off of the map and frozen by Blizzard. The map is going to flip to Center College, and the only person who might be able to get touched is Timepiece, but I doubt any of them will get there in time. First map goes to Center White, 2-0 on Nepal. Thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for the next exciting match soon. Exciting map soon. Let's see who gets play of the game. We see Big Soup, the demanding tank presence of White Team, getting the big play here as we see a massive Terra Surge, defeating not only two of them, but a Brig Rally as well. He does not care that his health is low. He knows his supports are there for him. A big play from everyone. I feel like Center White working just like a well-oiled machine here. Thanks you all, and we'll be back soon. Hello and welcome back to our quarterfinals match. Currently 1-2-0 of Center College Overwatch White versus Potsdam. We are heading over to beautiful, beautiful Watchpoint Gibraltar, a classic map of Overwatch. And we're going to see a lot of interesting plays here on this escort map. It's a very dive-heavy meta, and I feel bad. I've been keeping up with White Team myself. I don't know how their dive is and what they might be planning to run on this map, but I'm excited to see what the comps are from both teams here. As it's about to be revealed in 1 second, we see Orisa, Sombra, Ashe, Kiri, Mora. Very similar to the Rush comp, but I feel like this Orisa play is going to be a bit more conservative, a bit more long range. I don't disagree with it. I do like seeing Orisa on these escort maps now. She can take a lot of space. We see still an interesting comp coming out from Potsdam here. I see it's just the DPS doesn't have any follow-up with the Winston, but both Susie and Gunslinger can get a lot of damage out from long range at the very least, and it looks like their goal is going to be trying to poke out Thinner from the high ground, allow Battleluz to make some space up top. We'll see how it plays out with Center ready to defend. I know Dudu is going to be looking at this backline all game long, and so if you see his name on the top right, don't be surprised. As he scouts out that information, looks like he found his target. He's gonna go for Gunslinger. The Monkey instantly comes back to fight Dudu off, and it seems like Ashe on the high ground. It's gonna be an Ashe duel actually, as the turret's starting to chip in some damage. Going around trying to take out the Ashe. Susie getting shot out by Chonky Ghost. Let's see who wins the fight as Dudu is fighting, but the cart is moving. One thing that Center isn't doing is stopping this cart from moving as it goes under the bridge already. Hopefully Center does not lose it as Chonky Ghost goes down to watch it. Susie taking out Dudu, but Star Garden trading for their support. A DPS for a support is a good trade in my book. As Monkey jumps into the backline again, low health can be really easily punished by Big Soup here. Taken out, and it seems like Susie's about to get speared into a wall too. A massive play from Big Soup, leaving only Lucio and Torbjorn left. As Big Soup moves in, spear right into the face of Torbjorn, and it looks like Lucio's gonna speed out just in time, but Dudu, he's chasing. But he can't engage with the new respawns yet, but we know what Dudu's plan is. He's gonna wait for one, he's gonna attempt to take him out, and we see Susie, he's gonna wait. Not go for it as he waits for the Torbjorn, the easiest target on the team. As we move forward, there's the overload, and he just runs right past Dudu. No respect. Dudu isn't able to get quite the effect that he wants as Rat King takes out Timepiece in the actual fight of this match. As Gunslinger 77 running onto point gets absolutely demolished. Dudu jumping off the map. A classic play from our DPS player over here. Looking at ultimate charge here, we are definitely advantaged looking at 4 soon with only, well actually they are about to get 4 themselves as Dudu swaps onto the Reaper. No more Sombra shenanigans allowed. His timepiece gets destroyed by the spear combo once again. Dudu is just hitting these as Coalescence comes out from Rat King. Not a lot of effect, but it does cause Potsdam to back out as they wait for Battleluz to return their Monkey. We also see Bob coming out from Potsdam. I didn't even notice, but it didn't seem to get any effect as Dudu's up in their face shooting. Reaper's a really great pick here against the Winston, just demolishing us. Our own Bob comes out onto the high ground. Suzu saving, Caster's Curse, as I say, saving Chonky Ghost here as Monkey gets quite angry at our DPS player here. As the fight continues on, we have still some ults in reserve. As Katsuni comes up from the other side, we aren't matching it. We actually are going to, as B comes out as well, both support ults, we have advantage on ult a lot, and we're living. We survive this, we can definitely get another touch with Dudu far in the backline. We have all the ult advantage, they have nothing defensive left as Rush comes out from Center College. Susie getting taken out by Chonky Ghost as Dudu takes out Gunslinger, big sloop onto French Tuba. And it's only Battleluz and Timepiece left as Battleluz starts to get picked down by Dudu and Timepiece as we see Susie swap onto the Widowmaker. I am excited to see what this swap may cause as Dudu is still so forward. He is the epitome of aggression as we still have 2 ultimates on deck as we see the Mauga swap as well off of the Winston with 30 seconds left on the clock. Seems like a bit of a desperation play swap here. Seeing if some changes, some mix-ups can cause Center to lose their focus here, but It's going to be really hard to fight against Orisa, Ashe, and Reaper as Mauga without the proper support here, as Mauga's going to just get demolished over and over. As we see only 15 seconds left on the clock, I feel like Big Soup is waiting, holding on to his ultimate until the last second to sit on cart and spin up as Studu Budu takes out Susie the sniper. As we see Coalescence is ready to pop very soon. There's the big, massive, Blossom plus Terra Surge is going to demolish Potsdam here with Dudu Budu cinching in with a 4K, supported by Soup, Rat King, and Star Garden. A very strong defense coming from Center College here on Gibraltar. Not even reaching the first checkpoint, meaning Center has about 4 minutes, I believe, to reach the same distance, 75.67 meters, as Potsdam, and they will get the map. I'm guessing that Potsdam's going to take a really defensive strategy here. They cannot lose any ground. Every bit that the cart moves is closer to losing this map for them. So they need to lock in and choose some really defensive heroes, I think. And I'm excited to see what the comps are from both sides, as offense is a lot more of a dive heavy for this map. The Orisa works a lot better. As we do see a dive comp coming out. I like to see this. The Lucio speeding in Sombra and Sombra and Diva, and as Chunky Ghost will take the far end, sniping from behind, maybe dashing in if the opportunity presents itself. And Chunky Ghost, where's the pizza? There we go. But Dudu Budu, now he's the only one left out. And finally, we see the pizza trifecta completed. A healthy snack before a good match of Overwatch is always needed. We see Diva, Soldier, Sim, and the same support lineup from Potsdam again. I like the Soldier. Long range defensiveness. Diva's always good on Gibraltar. I have no clue about this Sim here. It is a very defensive pick, and once it gets to the dangerous part, a full charge Sim can do a lot, especially against a Diva. As we see Center instantly going in aggressive, taking that high ground, fighting on the bridge, having to back out a bit, but every second that this cart moves, it's good. As we see the Sim turrets instantly get taken down, Dudu Budu demolishes Gunslinger 76 once again in the backline. You cannot be safe when Dudu Budu is on the Sombra, as the cart's already moved hard and there's a half HP tank there. It looks like Chunky Ghost getting protected a little bit by Star Garden, as Star Garden almost dies themselves as Dudu Budu gets taken out, traded by Chunky Ghost for Susie. Big Soup takes out the mech as well. This is a really good fight, as they're already close to the first point here. They weren't able to really stall long, and this fight honestly could go in Center's favor here if they just stall for a few seconds, get their health up, and then they move in quickly. But it seems like they're being forced out. But no, Dudu Budu coming in, aggression, getting the hack off, going aggressive, but there's not quite enough follow-up, as the rest of Potsdam's team is going to respawn in time. Chunky Ghost able to get a very clutch rail headshot onto Gunslinger over here, and he's building up another one to try and take out another squishy. As we see Susie taking that high ground, Chunky Ghost and Dudu Budu is going to contest. 1 HP cleaned up by Dudu Budu, but obviously no assist give. Oh no! More on our Chunky Ghost too. He can't escape. Almost to OC, as we're about to win this fight. Mora finally returns back to point. EMP about to pop out. Beat as well. Oh, so many ultimates coming out from Center, but they have so many compared to the rest of Potsdam. As OC comes out as well, taking out another. And that's going to be a very dominant victory from Center White once again. And I'm excited to see what the play of the game is. I'm fairly sure we all know who our favorite backline DPS is going to get. A massive 4K. Aided by the support of his team, of course, but here goes the Widow, running away from Dudu Budu as he returns back. So it wasn't even a 4K, actually a 5K, as he comes in, pushes that Q button, cleans up Big Soup. Clearly all of those kills were well-deserved and went only to Dudu Budu there. No other, the rest of his team didn't really help much at all. All right, we are now 2-0 into this best of 5 series. Please stay tuned for the exciting next map on Flashpoint. All right, welcome to beautiful Suravasa, the only officially good push flashpoint map in the game. New Queen Street likers are a different breed of people, but we won't get into that. Flashpoint, um, I have feelings about this game mode, but it's a very quick game mode. Take 3 of 5 points as we see Mauga comp coming out from center white. I really hope Big Soup stays. Queen comp is a much more regular thing I'd see on this map. Maybe not with the new season changes, but Battleoos has shown that they have the prowess on tank, and they can definitely take this fight on the Queen. Brig coming out with the Curie. Susie on DPS. I'm excited to see what Gunslinger 76 plays, but we do see Big Soup going back to Ram as we go into a standard brawl comp with Star Garden on Lucio. Voodoo obviously changing that standard with the Sombra, and we all know he's going to be looking in the back line with a Junkrat coming up from Gunslinger 76 as the rest of center rushes on the point. We see Chonky Ghost actually swapping on to the support lineup. I missed that. We see Skello Jello on the main now as we see Big Soup punching his big fists into the room and getting 3 kills, letting Star Garden, finish up that last one. You gotta let your teammates, get a couple of last hits in when you're tank. A dominant fight from center at the very start that we did not catch all of, as we see, some friendly conversation happening in the corner as Skello Jello is walking back from spawn, the only casualty for center as Voodoo. Is he looking for the tank? That's the real question. He's looking at the tank, going to see if he can cause some distractions, but no picks. But, every second wasted on Flashpoint is a precious second. He's ready to go on to someone as they're spy checking. They're checking for him. They're worried about the Voodoo as Skello Jello kind of goes forward, pushing out wall immediately. Being picked off without the cryo freeze coming out from Susie, a headshot onto him. Sinner's now in a 4v5. As the junk is spamming and Big Soup is taking a lot of damage here. Voodoo's almost taken out as well. Getting a little dicey here as Chonky Ghost is probably running out of healing energy just about now. Oh, never mind. He's completely full. I'm about to get his coalescence, so shows me what I know about healers in this game. I'm sorry, supports. As he's about to get coalescence, if he can pop it, it's gonna be a one fight. That's a trade. Skello, there we go. A massive play here, and the point does flip, but it's gonna be quickly brought back. Arisa pops Terra Surge on top of Chonky Ghost, trying to just eliminate it with a 3k onto the... Chonky Ghost has to get this killed. Come on. Yes! 4k almost stolen from Voodoo here, but a massive play from the Moira on Chonky Ghost. First point is going to go to center, though that was a little dangerous. It looks like Potsdam is starting to bring their a bit more fight into it. As they move over to this side point. The high grounds here is extremely important to hold most times, I've found, but it looks like center is going to hold a more forward position. And Voodoo has EMP, and I know what he's thinking. He wants to go in, he wants to EMP, he wants to kill someone. We see Susie taking some off-angle high ground. Oh, they're waiting as they brawl out in the fight. There's the Rampage, and there goes their EMP. Not much can be done as Lamp finally is coming out. Big Soup almost dead, but able to live thanks to the amazing power of block. We see another ultimate coming out from center white here. 3 ultimates to win the fight before the point is even capped. Feels like a bit of an overinvestment to me, but Susie running away gets taken out by Voodoo and Chonky Ghost. We do see massive ult advantage for Potsdam here, and this could spell some disaster for center as they didn't contribute like their 3 most dangerous ults, I would say, to this fight. As Gargarden almost getting taken out. Big Soup purpled and slept. There comes the beat as Voodoo takes out the timepiece over here. One of the ultimates is off the clock. Battleoos getting taken out too, and there's no ultimates from Potsdam as center is just able to go in before anything happens. They did get beat out of us, but we have built a coalescence, and if we used our coal before they could use their ults, we should win the next fight. So we see 5 ultimates going to become online for this next fight for Potsdam here. They need to use something to break through this chokehold that center has. Voodoo in the backline again, going to take out the Ana. Potsdam just can't get anything done with the amount of harassment that Voodoo has been able to employ. As we see Battle, who's finally, he's tired, he needs to press Q. Everyone leaves though, as Window comes out as well. Tyre comes out as well. Bunch of ultimates. Tyre gets taken out, and the point goes to center. popping 3 ultimates and not touching the point in time. And it looks like they're about to push forward into them. Potsdam doesn't have much in the way of defensiveness. Skelodillo almost gets taken out by Martyrdom. Stargarden getting taken out by Battleoos, but Stargarden also able to take out the junk. Big Soup taking out French Tubo. Big, massive wall as I see 0 healing from Chonky Ghost onto Skelodillo there. A completely preventable death. As Doodoo takes out Susie, we can see the DPS mindset has infected our dear friend Chonky Ghost a bit much as they continue to push and push. Potsdam has no reprise. They have no escape from the just absolute pushing power of Center White here. Doodoo decided to teleport in straight into their team, getting picked out immediately. He's usually swapping onto the Tracer here and Gunslinger onto the Torbjorn. But looking at ultimates, they have Nano Boost. We have Rampage, EMP, and almost Blizzard. Very far into Cinder's favor, and the point is theirs as well. Tracer getting forced back to use Recall already early in the fight as Potsdam's taking this close fight over on the side as Battleoos is kind of alone. EMP coming out from Doodoo getting 2 picks with Big Soup punching as fast as he can. Tracer doing a little bit of distraction. Skello taking out Battleoos, and Susie making the correct call to just jump off the ledge and get a faster respawn. Though honestly, I feel like Susie could have gotten out since there was no one chasing him. Battleoos swapping on to the Doomfist now as we see a more if-centric comp. Hopefully, we can see French Tuba use this Nano Boost that they've held on since the end of first point successfully, as there's only 30 seconds left in this match. We are entering last fight territory, almost 80% here, as Stargarden is waiting for it. They want the boop. As Doomfist goes in alone onto point, taking out Skello with a massive dive. We see Tracer getting nanoed as well. Doomfist causing havoc in the backline as Doodoo tries to do the best of his own. And we see Coalescence coming out, a massive health pool difference on both teams as Gunslinger 76 pops in a point. There goes Pulse Bomb with a double kill from Coalescence and onto the turret, and that is going to wrap up Suravasa. And this quarterfinals series, 3-0 for Center College. A wonderful match played tonight. I feel like the coordination and power here from Center White it's just extremely apparent, and we see Chonky Ghost getting his 5K or 4K Coalescence getting stolen by a play of the game from Big Soup, where none of the kills actually go to him except for the last one. As tank players deserve, obviously. Thank you all for watching, and we will be going to the semifinals next week, I believe. So please stay tuned and come watch and support our boys in white the next game. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good night. Yep. This just in, we forgot that we had a post-match interview with Blake Big Soup Shrewsbury. So hopefully we still have the viewership here as we go into this live interview. And first thing I want to say is, do you think he deserved that play of the game on Suravasa?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I used that ultimate, and I sure looked at people. I looked at people really hard, and I think I need to be commended for that. I also went 25-0, so that's why I'm going to say the reason I got that ultimate was.
Sheriff Shrewsbury, I will give you my commendation as we go into our next question. Last semester, you were on DPS. This semester, you've moved on to tank, and just personally, I can see a lot more joy on your face. Would you like to talk a little bit more about how the process has changed and the changes in this season?
So last season, I was the sup at the very beginning, aka Mercy, and then I switched to Symmetra. And I think that honestly, tank is what I played before. Tank is what I most comfortably play. It's what I play in my free time. And so whenever it came into the new season and the tank slot was open, I was absolutely ecstatic. I played a lot of different tanks. I was an old Orisa main, and I sort of dropped her when she got reworked, which is, I love her now. But I had all of this experience that wasn't really getting put to use, and I'm really glad that I was able to sort of get off of the DPS slot, which I will be the very first to admit it. I am awful at DPS. I'd say that I had my Junkrat moments, but certainly that was back in 2019, and not now.
That's really. I'm glad to hear that you're finding a lot more joy and doing well. So on to my next question. White team in general, how do you feel you guys have improved over the season? I've seen a lot of growth and I've seen a lot of new strategies that I hadn't seen last season. So give me some thoughts generally about the team.
I think that honestly, the way we started out, it was a lot of play what picks that you're comfortable with, and then let's work around what we have. And now that we've gotten further into the season, absolutely thanks to the previous training from last season from a fantastic captain, we were able to sort of cobble together a lot of really good comps that we were able to just use. Of course, some stuff was absolutely on the fly. I think the very first time that Dudu Budu ever pulled out the Sombra was in an NECC match. Was an absolute just on a whim pick, and it is now one of our absolute favorite picks. And so we've definitely grown a lot this season, but it all comes from we had a great foundation last season. Last season was definitely our learning season, and then we pick up a lot of momentum in the season. I love the way it's headed so far.
Well, on that note, with a perfect season and a 3-0 match in the quarterfinals match, I can tell that there's some pride there, and I think it's quite well deserved. All right, I have one more very important, very personal question for you, Soup. Why no Doomfist?
No Doomfist for one simple reason is I specifically asked on attack. I said Diva or Doomfist, and it was a poll. It was a poll amongst the team. It was, I think, just slightly in favor of Diva because of the nature of Winston and just being a little bit scared of Mauga, which is what they ended on. Just Diva's just that little bit better against Mauga, and that was ultimately what tipped the scales. I really wish I had. I wish I had run the Doomfist. I love him to death.
Well, the good news is you have another match next week to make me less disappointed. I'm not actually disappointed. Is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
I'm not quite sure. Pizza time, I suppose.
We did have a lot
Lovely
of
pizza
conversations
time. Yeah,
about pizza time.
yeah. But that's really it.
Thank you very much. Well played on your game.
Thank
You
you.
guys played wonderfully and amazing. Thank you very much. And thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful night and make sure to tune in next week.